Okay, another enhancement tool that can be used to change the look of a photo and improve its looks or make some changes is the one that's called the levels. So if you go to Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Levels is right here. It probably doesn't have as much control as Curves does, but it's very handy at times and comes in handy for doing some quick adjustments. First of all, if you look at this histogram here, this shows the information data for the the exposure data, exposure information for the photo. I'm lacking some on the highlight side. Now you can actually take this slider, slide it down to about there, and now you can see. Now let's stop here. Let's cancel this. And first I'm going to suggest that you always work on a background copy. So I'm going to make a copy here. The other option you can do is if you go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, you can use a Levels Adjustment Layer, which will do the same thing. It works on a rather somewhat of a duplicate layer. It's a non-destructive way of doing your adjustment. I'm going to work on this background layer. Works just as well. Go to Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Levels, and first thing I'm going to do is bring the slider here to where my information starts. Brighten everything up a little bit, give you a little brighter look to it. Okay. Now you can also, I'm going to go back to Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Levels. You can, depending on what the type of subject is, you could change your mid-tone range, make it overall lighter or overall darker. Okay, that's your mid-tone slider right through here. You can change your darkness, add a little more contrast to it that way, set your black point differently. Okay, so those are things you can play with there. You can also go up in your channels. Now let's say you go in the red channel, and let's go change here, and you can make some significant changes to your photo, and sometimes you want to see something that looks very different, looks very out of the ordinary. So that's a way to do that. Or you can go to green and again do the same thing, and that's rather interesting. You could then combine that with a blue change, and notice you get some very interesting effects. Okay, now you're getting something like that. So you have infinite amount of change you can do with this. You wouldn't make some drastic changes like this with a portrait of a person because you want to keep their facial tones fairly consistent and nice, but on something for a graphic arts type presentation, you could do something like this and make a totally different look to your image. So that's your levels. Going back to your RGB, now you're doing all three colors at the same time, and again you can maybe not do some more changing here, and that's probably too far, you're losing some detail there, but right about there it still is usable and gives a very different look to your image. If I say OK to that, and now I can turn my eyeball on and off to see my original and my after. And for some effects, for some graphic arts type things, this might be what you want to do.